We're previewing college football week 9 here at SBR Forum Videos. I'm Peter Loshak, and we're talking right now with returning guest Jeff Grant, sports betting writer from the Bleacher Report. Jeff Grant, thanks for being here once again.
Great to be with you, Peter. Can't believe we're 8 weeks through the season, heading into week 9. It's unbelievable how quick the season goes.
Yeah, that is true. That is a little bit hard to believe. But I'll tell you what's even harder for me to believe is the hate that you get on your videos in videos where you give a winner.
You know, it's something that I've gotten used to being in this industry. It's not everybody's going to be pleased.
Yeah.
You know, the main reason that I do these videos is more to give people an in-depth look of how many different ways you can look at games rather than just Team A and Team B.
Yeah.
I've learned over the last 6 years from numerous handicappers. You can learn from people that do these videos that you trust and people that have been in the industry and aren't selling game of the year type things.
Absolutely. I mean, like in the Florida game, you gave the over. It was a great pick. The line went down. The market went from like 45 to like 41, and the game went easily over. People were calling you an idiot. So I guess, you know, to all of Jeff Grant's haters, yeah, look, I'm not disputing your opinion that he's an idiot. Maybe he is. All I'm saying is save the hate for a video where he gives a loser. That's all I'm saying, okay? Does that make sense?
You know, I think the top pick of the week is the fact that I'm not an idiot. I'm going to lay all my money on that one. That, you know what, I may pick a loser in this video, I may pick a loser in the next 10, but I can assure you that I'm far from an idiot. That's okay. A guarantee. All
right, thank God, thank God. All right, and all right. Well, let's talk about Cincinnati Louisville, which is the Friday night Big East game. One of the games I asked you to talk about. Yeah, and that's another thing. I assign you tough games every week, and you just take them. Whatever I throw at you, you're like, I'll take it. Cincinnati, Louisville. This is a tough one. Louisville's a 3.5-point home favorite. Total is 54. You know, Louisville's undefeated, but they haven't really played a tough schedule. Actually, they played a very, very easy schedule. Cincinnati, they're off their first loss to Toledo, which is kind of like one of those games a lot of people were expecting because it was a look-ahead situation to this game. An interesting thing that I've seen is that Cincinnati tends to do really, really well against ranked Big East teams. It's kind of an amazing stat I've seen here. They've won 9 out of their last 10 against ranked Big East teams, including winning 5 of those on the road. So here they are, 3.5-point underdog. I think I would agree with that. I think if I had to take a side here, I might take Cincinnati plus 3.5 and a slight lean with the over 54. Both these teams have, you know, pretty good passing offenses and passing defenses that aren't that, you know, let's say not top flight. What's your take on this game, Jeff Grant?
That's a statistic that I wrote down as well, the 9 out of 10 against ranked opponents, but people need to be careful in following that blindly. A lot of that success came under Brian Kelly, who is now the head coach at Notre Dame, and we're going to be discussing that game upcoming. That's a tremendous game to handicap, Oklahoma and Notre Dame. I think from a handicapping perspective and betting this game on a Friday night, I think it's an overcorrection in the market in terms of the line based on last week's loss of Cincinnati going on the road and losing to what I've been seeing in forums across the sports betting industry, specifically at SBR Forum, is that Toledo is perceived as an inferior team. And we both know that Toledo is a money-making underdog in college football, and especially at home in the Glass Bowl. And that was Cincinnati's first true road game of the year. That's a difficult place to play. And what I was impressed was Cincinnati was playing without their emotional leader. Defensive end Walter Stewart did not play in that game. He started over 40 games for the program, and they went down early, took the 2019 lead on the road in a hostile environment, and then immediately gave up a kickoff return for a touchdown. And that was basically the end of the game. You know, you go down early, you fight your way back, first road game without your emotional leader, and then kick the ball off and the team runs it back for a touchdown. But I think it's a overcorrection in the market, specifically based on the fact, one of my favorite handicapper angles, both these coaches have been at their specific programs. This is now their 3rd year. Cincinnati has been favored in both of those. This is the first time that Louisville is favored in this series since 2006. So I'm going to take the points in that situation every single time.
Yeah, I agree with you. What do you think about the money line? Probably has some value too, right?
I don't like the money line due to the fact more so that this is a midweek game. or not a midweek game, it's a Friday, but
Right.
a non-Saturday game. It's very tough to pull off the straight-up victory, but I think a field goal to win it on either side, I may be contradicting myself, but I see this as a Louisville field goal game more than Cincinnati winning it outright.
Right. No, I like it. And very quickly before we move on to the next game, what do you think about the over? I looked at this, I'm thinking slightly towards the over, in my opinion.
Yeah, maybe so. Without the, Louisville is very balanced. Their quarterback he'll be known after this game in a primetime situation. Bridgewater,
Yeah.
It's one of the more. He has a high completion percentage, very efficient passer. And now that Munchie Legault has a second go around on the road, he might be a little more comfortable in that situation. And Butch Jones has had the better of it. He's been able to move the football. Louisville is known as a defensive team with Charlie Strong, the head coach, former defensive coordinator at Florida. But Butch Jones has been able to move the football with his offenses. So I think taking the underdog and the over might be a good parlay.
Okay, great. Great preview, Jeff. Thanks.